Howdy Alpha fam, coming to you live from the underground on this beautiful Sunday for Monday, Alpha at Home, December 28th. First and foremost, I hope everybody had a good Christmas, spent some time with family, enjoyed a little bit of time off. If you're like me, I know that you're itching to get back to a little bit of fitness right now, so let's get down to business. For our warm-up, we're going to start with that quick feet circuit. I will attach the video in Train Heroic so that you remember the order, but remember these are those 10-second on, kind of different sequences with your feet. This is going to serve as our chilly warm section of the warm-up because your heart rate will be nice and elevated once you get through that. And then have it written as hip and shoulder mobility. Again, this is on you. Do what you need to do to get your hips and shoulders ready to roll for a good bit of squatting and then some overhead work down here at the bottom. Now, once you get through those two pieces, we've got 3 rounds, 5 and 5 pillar with reach. That demo will come up in the video following this whiteboard. I have it written as squat progression. It's my way of saying over the course of the 3 rounds, build to whatever you're going to be doing here in the strength, which we'll talk about in a little more detail in a second. And then 20 dubs or lateral hops, and I even put behind there nice and easy. So if you're going to be lateral hopping over an object, you don't even have to start there. Just kind of get the lower leg ready to roll. If you've got a rope and you have the space to do double unders, just warm up on that rope a little bit. Cool? So that's our warm up. As we get into our strength, we've got 2 movements today. We have squats and then single arm overhead press. I have it written with a little bit of variance based off of, again, what you have available, the amount of weight, all that kind of stuff. So here's the purpose for today. For the squats, we're going to do 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps. We're going to rest 2 minutes between sets. This is kind of similar to what we've done when we're in the gym with barbells and stuff like that. The type of squat that you're going to execute will be determined by the amount of weight. I just want you to understand or know that I want it to be heavy. So if squatting with 2 dumbbells is very challenging, then hit at minimum 8. If it's a little bit lighter, then go ahead and do 12. Same principle down here on the single arm overhead press, 4 sets, 8 to 12, rest 2 minutes. These are done separately. So you're going to do your squats, all 4 sets, and then you're going to do your single arm overhead press. Note, you're going to execute 4 rounds on each arm. Now this is the part that I need you to pay attention on. If the weight isn't heavy enough to challenge you in this rep and set scheme, you can also do this as an alternating EMOM. All right, so that would be 8 minutes. Minute 1, you do your squats. Minute 2, you do single arm overhead press. That is only if the weight that you have available to you is not heavy. Does that make sense? If you have questions, please put them in the posts or put them in the feed on Train Heroic, and we'll make sure that we clarify any misunderstandings. Okay, for our conditioning, it is a little more straightforward. It's going to be 12-minute AMRAP, so we put 12 minutes on the clock. You start with 20 double unders or lateral hops based off of what you have and what you're capable of doing. It's then 20 dumbbell cleans. These are with 2 dumbbells, and it's from the hang position. After that, it's back to dubs / lateral hops, and then it's 20 shoulder to overhead. Dumbbells in the front rack position, overhead 20 times. Okay? And then rinse and repeat these movements as many times as you can in 12 minutes. Cool. So like I said, this is a little more straightforward. Please ask questions if you have any about the strength piece, but understand the way I have this written is for it to be heavy, which is why we're grouping the squats and then the overhead press, single arm overhead press. Okay? So we're in week 3. We're going to be back in this gym next week. Stay tuned for some updates and some details on 1. We will be sending out a newsletter, but remember, we still have our Christmas gifts coming for you. So please, if you are interested in us dropping off a little gift for you and joining us on our Zoom happy hour next weekend, I guess, please be sure to respond via the link in the newsletter. And then second, next week, or next weekend, keep your eyes and ears out for some details on equipment return if you have borrowed anything from us the second time around, because we got to get this gym ready to roll January 4th so that we can have y'all back in-house. Cool? Cool. Ready? Commence mind-blowing demonstration. For our warm-up, remember to watch the video. We're going to start with the quick feet circuit. Watch the video for the order of the movements. That is also serving as part of our chilly warm section. Then I'm going to get into some hip and shoulder warm-up. That's on you, whatever you need to get ready to roll. Next piece is we'll get into 3 rounds with the pillar with arm reach. Remember our pillar or elbow plank, and our elbows directly into the shoulders, palms flat, good plank position or pillar position, and then reach out in front. Goal is to try and keep that trunk nice and tight without rocking the hips back and forth, finding whatever your end range of motion is. Ideally, it would be in line with your ears. From there, I have it written squat progression. I would begin with a air squat, just kind of get that squat ready to roll. You can progress to a goblet squat, holding it in front, and then ultimately a dumbbell squat. But the point of it is this: by the end of the warm-up, I want you to know exactly how you're going to be squatting for the strength piece. And then lastly, double unders or lateral hops. I even have it written as easy. Just kind of ease into either the rope or the lower half of your body being ready to roll for which will end up being a high volume of jumping down in the workout. For the strength, when you're squatting, this is going to be based off of what you have in hand and how heavy that is, but make it as challenging as possible. Again, we explained it at the whiteboard. There's 2 different options, but make it as challenging as possible. And then a single arm overhead press, we should be good there. Remember, it's 4 rounds on each arm. We're going to do 1, or right, left, then rest, and do that 4 times. Finally, for the conditioning piece, 20 dubs or lateral hops, we're good. 20 dumbbell cleans with 2 dumbbells from the hang position. So if you watch, hips back, dumbbells at about the top of the kneecaps, eyes are up. Punch through, that's 1, 2, 3, rinse and repeat to 20. Dumbbells go down, either hop laterally over top, or jump with the dubs, or do dubs with the rope. And then it's 20 shoulder and overhead. Dip, drive, press. I would absolutely be using your legs here, okay? 20 reps there. Rinse and repeat those 3 movements, sets of 20 for 12 minutes. Movements today aren't too crazy, should be good to go. If you have any questions specifically about the strength, drop them in the feed and we'll get them set or get you all squared away. Cool? Cool. Ready?